Hey everyone, Rushlock here with another question from the subreddit. This one really stood out to me because we don't see it maybe as frequently as a lot of other common questions, but it's a great topic, I think, for people at different experience levels of EVE to consider. And as always, if you're enjoying the series, hit the subscribe button down below and present your stories or your take on this in the comments down below, or leave a ridiculous comment. In either case, if you leave a comment, it helps with the visibility of the video and is very much appreciated. So am I doing this wrong? I recently joined one of the major corp alliances after my previous small corp of about 50 people of close-knit newbies fell apart and I'm feeling totally lost. The people seem nice, but the corp is huge and it has so many established groups, so many regulations and rules, and so much bureaucracy that it feels overwhelming. Because of this, I pretty much only do solo content and stay out of the corp fleet chat since people don't seem to talk much in there, and I'm worried I'll say something wrong. Am I doing this wrong? I miss my small corp. I miss feeling like I knew what was happening, and I miss feeling like my actions actually made an impact on the corporation. I miss smuggling blueprints into our null station. I miss defending our little rented system, and I miss feeling like I was actually part of a group that was building something. It used to feel like the gas I huffed, the ore I mined, the components I found exploring, and the hauling into null I did into my shitty little badger was actually helping build something. Now I'm just a poor, underskilled newbie in a corp alliance that is already so rich and powerful that I couldn't possibly make any sort of meaningful contribution to it. Don't get me wrong, I'm still having a good time. The people have been nice. Actually having ships and resources available is amazing. And not having to worry about getting jumped 24/7 is nice. But it just doesn't feel the same. Is this just life in one of the mega alliances, or am I doing something wrong? Is it possible to get that feeling back? So let's focus on the actual questions here first. Is this just life in one of the mega alliances, or am I doing something wrong? Yes and no. So you're looking to have that small group feel in a major organization. So yeah, sure, you're doing that wrong. It's not wrong to want that experience or feeling back, but you definitely haven't signed up for it. Now, typically in the big blocks, what they'll do is they'll have something called SIGs, special interest groups, and you want to find one of those that aligns with a specific task or activity in the game that interests you, and then join groups or a group of people doing the same activity. Then you're talking shop with people that at least have a similar interest as you have. Another way to get what you're describing back is to join another small corp alliance. That can be tricky because you might join one and run into the Goldilocks problem. This one's too soft, this one's too hard, this one's just right, and it will take time. But your question was, is it possible? And it's absolutely possible. It comes down to how much time and effort do you want to put into that? And that's something no one else can answer for you. Yeah, what you're describing certainly exists. There's definitely a difference in settings with those types of organizations, and you're kind of listing the pros and cons of it, right? Like, on one hand you lost this, but on the other hand you gained that. Generally, in a mega alliance like this, you are a number, right? You're there to show up for combat fleets, press F1 when told to do so. When the op is over, have a great evening, or day, or morning, or whatever time of day that it is. And that's kind of the end of it. That's why they make these special interest groups. That way they can kind of focus people into like-minded individuals, saying, hey, you guys love doing exploration? All right, you guys all play together. Hey, you guys like doing abyssals? You should all play together. And we'll get all the materials and resources from you guys from that activity. You yourself might like, well, I like several different activities, so what do I do there? Can you join multiple SIGs at the same time? I honestly don't know. Typically, you join a corporation or an in-game channel that has people alliance-wide working towards the same goal, and it seems like you want that cheers feeling or that feeling of familiarity, and that's going to be harder to do with a much larger organization. Not impossible. That's why they make these SIG groups in the first place, but yeah, you've kind of already listed and identified the pros and cons of your different choices here, and I'm sure folks in the comments down below will have other feelings for it. I'll make a post here on this thread, kind of making this point in a more succinct manner, and we'll see if we can help this person out. But if you guys have some advice or ideas, or if you have stories of your own to share with similar scenarios that you've gone through or dealt with regarding this topic, be sure to share them down below. We'll see you all in the next video.